Top of the morning to everybody. Okay, we're going to do a little more here while Matt walks in front of the camera. Hi, Matt. This is the same camera, the Panasonic AG-HPX370P. And we're going to go through some more menus here. Okay, we have display setup. All right, I kind of went a little weird on here. Okay, EVF peak level. This is electronic viewfinder. Okay. This sets the peaking level of the viewfinder and the LCD monitor. I don't know if you can, well, you can kind of notice a difference in the viewfinder. You're not going to see any difference on the actual camera video input on its own. Basically, it just adjusts how bright and how dim the peak level is. Okay. The peak frequency, you have high and low. If we bring the peaking up, we can probably see the difference between the two a little bit easier. Not really. I think this iPad actually cuts it out a bit. Let's see if we go down to -7. It doesn't really show you much of a difference. So let's take this back up to 0. I think the iPad is kind of bringing it out. Okay, EVF setting. Okay, it adjusts the brightness and contrast on the subscreens. So if we bring the brightness down, don't know if you can see an effect actually taking place. By subscreen, it doesn't mean that it affects the brightness and contrast everywhere. It's supposed to, I mean, on menus or anything, this is the subscreen that you're looking at right now. Here's the default setting. And default should be right there. I'm wondering if it affects it in there. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's not affecting it on the LCD. It's affecting it on the internal viewfinder. Pretty neat. All right. Hey, that actually looks a little nicer than this. And here comes Matt again. One of my ex-coworkers used to say that he always looks like he's lost. Like he's looking around going, where am I? Okay, this should affect the backlight. I don't know if it's affecting it in here or where. Let's see what it does in here. Yeah, it's affecting it here. Okay. Now this will only affect the internal as well. See, it's black and white color, black and white color, black and white color. Cool. Zebra detect. As you see the zebra going away. So when it's really bright, I've got zebra 2 and 1 on there, but there's 2 different zebras basically, and once this gets up too high, okay, let me explain the 2 zebras. Zebra 1 is on, zebra 2 is off. If I bring this down, you see how it disappears? Okay, so let's say I put this up to 100%. Now let's take it 110%. Well, 109 will do. And I put this zebra up at 100. Okay. So as it gets brighter, you can see the zebra starting to come in. So it starts coming in once the video is at 100%. And then it will start to go away once the video hits 109%. Which will be pretty rare because it doesn't really go up that high. So let's take this down to 90 on zebra 1. And let's take this down to 100 on zebra 2. Okay. And let's turn it up. Okay, now if you look at that trash can, you'll see the zebra appearing, and then it kind of has a hole in it. So once it hits 100%, it loses the zebra. The zebra goes away. So your zebra 1 will show you when it's at 90% brightness, and zebra 2 will go away once it hits 100% brightness. That's what I have it set on right now. Before I had it set at, I think it was 85 and 70. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to just do 80 and 90. Okay. Zebra 2 type. Now, there's two different kinds. You can do spot or on. And how we can kind of show you that is look at the way the zebra has different lines now. The lines kind of go opposite. Okay, so that's on, and then spot removes it, and off just ignores it. So you can have the hole, or you can have it just like that. I kind of like spot. Marker. That's just the center of the screen. I leave it on. Safety zone. Those are the lines on the side. You have 90%, 4x3, 13x9, 14x9, and off. I prefer the 4x3. Most of my stuff that I shoot, I try to keep within the 4x3 because I never know who's down converting our video and watching it. And I know that some of the satellite networks that carry our station actually carry us in standard definition. Go figure, don't know why. They don't have to, but whatever. Focus bar. Okay, I'm going to turn this off. I don't think it appears with the menu. Yeah, it does appear with the menu. Okay. It's this little bar right here. It shows you where your focus is. How many meters things are away from you according to the center. See that? Okay. So you can have it on or off. I like it on, and I'll tell you why. There's a couple of reasons why I like this focus bar on. One is because it does help me focus on what I'm supposed to focus, but really and truly, what's neat about it is it's right in a perfect spot where if I were to do a lower third, it would probably fall just below that line, just below that focus bar. So I try to keep people's chins out of this area when I'm doing a close-up. That way they're not covered by any lower thirds. So this gives me a good safe screen. So if I keep people in this area here, it's pretty good. LCD settings. Well, here you have the same settings other than color. You have the same settings as you do for the internal viewfinder. You have your color level, your brightness, and your contrast. And by changing them, you can see that they make an effect to the LCD screen. They won't make an effect to the other internal viewfinder. Self-shoot. Okay, this is kind of fun. You can do normal or mirror. Now, let me show you what normal does. Let's say I'm over here and I'm going to shoot myself. So as soon as I turn that display to a certain point, it flips upside down. Now normal, let me show the front of the lens. I'm going to move across the lens this way. So from close side to far side. Okay, now watch what it does here. Okay, see that? It's moving opposite. It's moving as if it were on the video, normal. Okay, so now let's set that to, I can't see it. Let's set it to mirror. It's supposed to do a mirror image, but it's not doing it. There we go. See what it did there? Okay, I had to go out of the menu. But now, as I go across, I move my hand from the left to the right, and you can see it does a mirror image here. And it also removes almost all of the display stuff. So that's a little bit of a pain, but okay, now when I'm in the menu, it goes back to normal. Okay, let's set it. Whoops. Let's go back to display setup. Normal also includes all of the display, and it's not a mirror image anymore. Okay? That's good for one-man band reporters. All right, let's switch it back. Woohoo! Nice Instagram-y look. I think I had it on mirror. I'm going to leave it on mirror. I never use it anyway. LCD backlight, high, normal, low. Normal's just fine. Sync scan display. Hold up. Okay. This sync scan display, it shows the synchro scan shutter display, and SEC indicates the shutter speed in fractions, and DEG or degrees provides the shutter angle indication. Just be aware of that. Most of the time my shutter is off, so I don't worry about it. But you can turn your shutter to synchro scan, which will it will scan with like CR level meter. You know what? I'm like, my filter is on 1. It should be on 4. There we go. Level meter on or off. This is your audio level meter. See how it's disappeared? Why do I have the date on there? I need to take that off. Now let's turn it on. Where's my, there. Now if I were to go in here, change that zoom to on, now this lets you know how much card and how much battery you have left. I don't know why you would want to turn that off. I don't even know why that's even an option. But I guess if you want to clear up your screen and make it so there's no distractions, I love having that max up there. And then if I have a P2 card remaining, total or 1 card, I prefer total because it splits clips on 1 card anyway, so no big deal. Other display, partial. Partial displays some of the data. All displays all of the other data over here. Okay? You don't have to have that. You can also turn it off, and then you'll have like nothing on there. So partial data just gives me the 60i. Goes away. I mean, it doesn't go away. It's still there. It's just really dark. And I'm going to change this counter to, this is what it means. On this counter, you can go to clip, and it'll tell you how long the clip is. Unfortunately, I have no P2 cards, so I can't show you. I prefer total, and quite honestly, I prefer that counter. That's my counter that I use. Okay, so that is the display setup. Now we'll go to the battery setup. Okay. Okay, battery setup. You probably won't really have to worry too much about this. Once it's set up, you're using the same stuff, so you shouldn't have to worry about it. I can go external DC in, I can go AC adapter or battery. This unit right here is my external DC, and there are other units that you can put on there that will do that will take an input from a battery as opposed to this. Anton Bauer has this huge battery pack thing that they use that uses a new type of system of battery, and it's quite cool. But you can take 4 batteries and put it on your battery charger, and then you can disconnect the battery charger and use it as a giant battery to run stuff like this. So in this case, you would be able to put battery on there, and it would run the battery would run on here instead of the AC adapter. But I use AC adapter because I'm just going to plug it into the wall. For this particular camera, I would do that. Battery select. You have all these different batteries that you can use. It helps with the interaction to let you know how much stuff how much voltage you have left. Battery mode auto. There's no reason to change it. Manual would allow all of these things to come in place. You also have, okay, these are all your normal batteries that are pretty common that you could use. It's a Pro Pack, Trim Pack, Hytron 50. These are all Anton Bauer batteries. I believe the Enduras are as well, but I'm not sure. These ones I don't believe are. But if you notice, it says 13.4 volts, 13.5. If you were to change this, it would basically change not how much voltage is in there, but 13.8 volts. If you were using that particular battery, well, let's go to mine, the Dionic 90. Once it hits 13.7 volts, because my battery normally puts out 14. Once it hits 13.7 volts, the camera will say, okay, you're almost done with your battery, let's go ahead and shut down. And it will start the shutdown sequence, and it'll give you a nice long beep warning so that you can be prepared for it to stop. And it will stop recording to the cards and stuff like that. So you have different settings. Now, if you were to do a type A, you can set your own settings for your own batteries. So let's say you had a 16 volt battery. You could put full at 16 volts, near at 13.6 or whatever, and end at 13.0. and it would shut the camera down. Type B, here's a 16 volt battery, 13.1 and at 12.8. These are up to you, so you can set your own battery settings if you have that kind of battery. Near end cancel. Basically, there's a way to cancel the shutdown sequence should you ever get into it where it starts beeping and you know that you just charged the battery and it's showing there's plenty more left. So basically just a bunch of settings for different cameras, or I mean different batteries. So you just pick the one you want and use it and do your settings and you're good. All right, so those are those two menus real quickly, and we'll go over some more in a little bit. All right, thank you very much for watching.